they want to do, so I can get it over with. Or what does that mean? Oh, so it means that he have sole physical custody. Sole physical custody is where the kids is, where the child actually lives at, and then, but I'll still have my rights. Yeah, my phone is acting crazy. See, this is an iPhone 12. iPhone 12. See how it's acting up? So yeah, I'm gonna turn it off. I don't know what's going on with it. Yeah, I'll most likely have to update it. Yeah, Cooper. Now when he got sole physical custody, but he still owed me. The judge told him he still owed me $10,000 in back pay. So they said it don't matter if he have sole physical custody or not. He still owe me that $10,000. What about him? What about the twins? Oh, what about the twins? Whenever they do the DNA test, I'm waiting on the state to send me the information. I told y'all it takes 15 months. Now I probably won't get that information in the mail until the twins like 15 months. I told y'all that's why he wanted to go to court so bad, because it literally takes 15 months. And that DNA test that he took without me being there is not going to hold up in court. So, because he did it without my permission, number one. And number two, I wasn't present. And it's not, he mailed it in. It could have been his sister DNA. So yeah, the court don't already call my lawyer, talk to them. He said any DNA test that Cooper did without my permission or without me being present to witness what's going on, or without an actual court appointed person who do DNA tests, it won't hold up in court. So we actually went on the court to do a DNA test, and the court can take up to 15 months. That's why I try to tell y'all. But because I've been buying everything for the twins lately, I've been taking care of them. Even if by the time that come, I should have all my kids back. But he's going to have to pay me back pay from when the twins been born to now. So that's how that go. Hey, Queen Wanda. Yeah, he don't get out the arrears. He don't get out that back pay. It don't matter. So yeah, that's how that go. Like, let's say for an example, he get custody of the twins, right? That he still owed me from when they was born all the way up till he actually get custody of them. So they document that monthly payment and they give it to me in arrears. Yeah, it's just temporarily. Yeah, it's just temporarily custody. They never gave him full custody. I got a court case today, and I talked to my lawyer, and they said they most likely, because I still got an open case, they most likely going to get him temporary custody, but he never have full custody. Full custody means I get my parental rights taken away from me, and I'm not getting my CPS case is not that severe for my rights to get 100% taken away from me. But I'm not. My kids don't have broken bones. They don't have their hymen broke. They're not, they didn't have no broken ribs. It's not a physical case. So yeah. So that's how that goes. Oh, I know I am. So, okay, so you have full custody of all of them, right? Yeah, I have full custody of all of them right now. Matthew, we're going to court today, and most likely they're gonna give us partial custody with me visitation rights until I get done with my CPS case, because I have an open CPS case, and because the CPS workers is petitioning the court for me. Yeah, joint custody, but sole physical custody means where the child stay at. So I had sole physical custody. Me and Cooper already had have custody. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had rights to his son, but I had sole physical custody because the child stayed with me. So because the child's staying with him right now, because I have an open CPS case, the judge told us he will get, they gave him temporarily sole physical custody. And so they wanted to reschedule it to see what was going on in my case. So because the court is petitioning, because CPS is petitioning the court, they're most likely today, when I go at 1:30, they're going to give him sole physical custody temporarily for probably like a year or two, like, or until I go back to court. However long this court case go. Because I might get the kids put in placement. I might not. It all depends on what the judge say. But I might get the kids put into their placement, which is with my family. And, yeah, that's how that go. And I'm not worried. My kids are not going to no system. They're not going to no home 15 miles away, 20 miles away, 30 miles away. My kids are going to be with their family. Most likely CPS is going to give me a list of things to do. And I'm already jumpstart. So I reached out to an organization that want to work with Jeremiah. It's called Boys to Men Youth Mentoring Services. And they want me to pay $30 for him to get a shirt, because they're gonna have a what they call that, a career day going up, and they're gonna be at the fire station. So I called them this morning to make sure. I also called his doctor, scheduled an appointment to make sure that they could up his medication for his because they had him on 10 milligrams. I think he needed a higher dose than that, so most likely they're gonna give him more. Only reason why I didn't pay the $30 for the shirt yet, because I don't know where he's going to be, and I need to make sure that he that whatever the judge say, once they can take him. But as far as my end, oh yeah, I'm making sure that I beat CPS or the judge at their own game, and they let them make sure that they see that, you know what I'm saying, they didn't even have to give me no orders to do nothing. I'm already doing it on my own. So that's definitely gonna look good on my behalf. Yeah, it shows that I care. You can definitely be the judge by having a jury court. Don't let people lie to y'all. Make sure y'all know your law. You can definitely have jury court, and it's not off what the judge decision is. It goes off the jury decision. So all that you can't be the judge, that's not true. I'm not trying to be the judge, but I'm just giving y'all a law. Like, you can definitely choose to not agree with the judge decisions that he make, and go for trial. In trial, you can say that you want jury. So that means you not going off what the judge say. You going off of what the jury say. Yeah, family court. Juvenile family court. It's not called an appeal, girl. It's not called an appeal. It's called that. It would be an appeal if the judge make a decision and I take and I don't and I do like a plea. I'm not doing no plea. I might do a plea. All depends on, like, okay, for an example, when the judge make whatever decision that he makes, I can say, well, I want to do I don't agree with the judge's decision, and turn around and hold on. Yeah. Oh, I take my law serious. I take my law serious. So I told y'all I'm facing 2 battles. One is a custody battle that's in family court, and then the other one with CPS is called a juvenile court. It's called a juvenile court. So it's 2 different ones. Right. So actually, so when the CPS put a petition in to the court, it automatically turned into a civil case, y'all. It turns into a civil case once the CPS files the petition. And then if I agree to what the CPS worker says, the judge says, then like this is what my lawyer been telling me. Like when are y'all listeners? Can y'all hear me? I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. When CPS filed their petition, they're going for a criminal. When CPS filed their petition, it goes in as a criminal case. Then the judge basically, so CPS can say, I want the kids to be taken away from her, and I want all her parental rights taken away. I'm not saying CPS saying that, but they can say that. The judge can go behind her and say, well, I don't agree about this. You get what I'm saying? And he may put his own declaration in. For an example, or CPS can put. I'm not speaking against my case. I'm just letting you guys know the law. I don't care either way. I know there's not enough charges against me to do a actual criminal case, but I don't care either way, because whatever they tell me to do, whatever the judge tell me to do, I'm going to do it for my kids. So I can't care. But let's say the CPS worker says, well, I believe that she should have her kids, but they should be in her house. You get what I'm saying? And have supervised visits in her house. The judge may put his or her own litigations on what they want me to do. So at that point, the judge can agree with CPS and add to it, or the judge can take away from CPS and make their own litigation. And at that point, is I'm going to jail? No, I'm not going into jail. No. It all depends on what the judge say. But I'm not going to jail. Because I never physically abused any of my kids. Yeah. So that's how that happens. What happened to the case? I don't know. I'm waiting on. I wish CPS hurry up. They had all this time to do it. Like, go ahead and do what you're doing. Do your big one so I can get on with my life. That's how I feel. The longer they take, the longer I gotta wait to see what the judge say. The quicker that they go and do it, the quicker I can be like, okay, finally I know what's going on. Because right now I don't know what's going on. And, well, I don't know what the judge is going to say. So when they drag their feet like that, I don't know what's going on. And then that takes longer. It takes longer for me. And I just wanted to get it over with so I can get my kids back if they take them. That's what I mean. And I say, like, I don't care, because I can't change the process. They're going to do whatever they want to do. I can't go over the judge's head. And even if I wanted to, I have to wait for a jury court case, and that's going to take a while. It don't just happen overnight. So yeah, I need to hurry up and get it on with so I can do what I got to do for my kids. Because it's literally taking forever. Is I'm nervous? No. I just wanted to get it over with. I'm not nervous. I'm not upset. I'm not nervous. I'm not worried. I'm not none of that, because I can't change it. It's going to do whatever. Yeah, I'm really numb. Like, what can I do? Like, I can't do anything but do what they tell me to do. Yeah, I used the dryer. I just told you it turns into a civil case. I don't have no feelings at all. No. I had so much fun bowling. So much fun, girl. I bowled horribly though. Yep, I had so much fun. They are going to family. Good day, good day. They're going to family. They're not going to strangers. And I don't want to say too much on live because I don't want what I say to be used against me. But again, they're going to family. So what do you think my family gonna do when it comes to me seeing my kids? Like, they're going with family. They're not going to with strangers. They're gonna make sure that they talk to the damn CPS workers and be like, look, these kids want to see their mom. And it's up to CPS to put in a they have different workers. Like if it's that serious, they have different workers where they can do like where I can see my kids. Do the family get the food stamps and benefits? I don't know. I keep telling y'all I don't care. Y'all want me to care so bad, and I don't. I really don't. What can I change? I can't change nothing. What is to care about? See, what happens is when people that care so much, they let their emotions get over them and they wind up trying to flee with their kids to another country, or take their kids and flee with them, or they take their kid and they cuss out the judge. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be nonchalant in a situation like this. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be so emotional that you yeah, I care, but I don't care to be like upset about it. Like, I don't want to make my case worse and be all upset and cussing people out. Like, it's not that serious. No, I don't want to go hard because that's not my job to go hard. It's my lawyer's job to go hard. And when people be act off emotions, they do stuff off of emotions, and that can definitely hurt their case. So for me, I'm like nonchalant. You know what I'm saying? I haven't dropped a tear. I'm nonchalant. I'm focused on what I got to do from A, B, C, and D. This ain't no time to be crying. When it comes to holding my kids, telling them I love them, oh, they best believe that my kids have my number located to where it's never going to go away unless they lose it off an item that I put it on. So they're gonna be able to always call me. Oh, I'm gonna feel it. What is I'm gonna feel? What do y'all tell me, what do I supposed to feel? You will be crying? No, it's not that serious. Now, if they say like, I'm taking all your parental rights away, you can never see your kids again, you can never get the custody back of your kids, then I would be bawling, crying. But because I can get my kids back, there's no reason to be sitting over here acting crazy, going all emotional, cussing out the judge, cussing out the CPS workers, cussing out everybody. That's gonna fuck up everything. It's gonna show that I'm not stable in my emotions, and I act off emotions, which is not a good parent, because when a parent act off emotions, they can control it. Yeah, it's gonna make it way worse. So when I go up there and I be like, what you want me to do? You taking the kids away? Okay, when you want me to have them ready? Have them ready by this hour? You want to get them ready? Okay, you can. Oh, okay. And then you want me to do what? Hold on. Let me write this down. This. Oh, okay. And then do it. It sounds like I'm ready for them to go. I am. I really am. I'm ready for CPS to go ahead and do whatever the fuck they gonna do so I can get them back. Like, the longer they take, the longer I gotta keep on having this over my fucking head. Like, every day I gotta wake up and wonder what the fuck CPS is doing. Like, I'm tired of that. So if they gonna take them, go ahead and do your big one and hurry up and take them so I can get them back. Because the longer they take them, the longer it's gonna take for me to get them back. I'm so serious. I am so serious. I don't know how else, whatever reaction that you want to tell. That I'm like, hurry up. Like, hurry the fuck up. That's what I'm talking about. You said once they take them, it's going to be hell to get it back. That's what I'm talking about. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is what I'm saying. I'd rather for them to hurry up. If they're going to take them, I'd rather for them to hurry up and do it and get it over with. Because it's going to take me long to get them back. The longer that they do that shit, the longer it's going to take me long to get them back. Like, this shit is ridiculous. Just go ahead and do what you're going to do. Like, do what you're going to do already. Because I can't fight it until after a while. Like, it's going to take a while to fight it. The longer that they sit up here and take, the longer it's going to be for me to fight it. And I'm just ready to get it over with. And then it's the anxiety. Like, anxiety, anxious. I'm ready for it to hurry up and get over with. Like, do what you're going to do so I can do what I got to do. Do I care if they get took? Of course I care if my kids get took. But I can't control that. I don't care about something I can't control. Like, I can't control whether they're going to get taken away from that. Like, I could be completely innocent. I can be completely innocent after trial. They can be like, well, no, this wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I could be completely innocent, but and once they get taken away, I'm guilty until proven innocent. So this is the process. Once they take the children away, if they decide to do that, then I'm gonna get a court date. My lawyer told me the court date is going to be like, it's not going to be like no 4 or 5 month court date. They're going to try to schedule the court date as soon as possible. Then I get to actually share with the judge my side of the story. What evidence do I have? And then after that, the judge's going to make a ruling on it. And then he's going to put in a judgment after that. So and then after that, either I could take a plea. That means I agree. The plea is, I want you to do this to get him back. Or I could say, well, I don't agree with what you think. And I can fight it in court. And most people who fight that is when they're getting their parental rights taken away. But because I don't believe that I'm getting my parental rights taken away, or whatever the judge say, I might agree to it. It all depends on what they have. Do you regret anything that happened? No, I don't. I feel like I did the best that I could with the resources that I had at the time, and I don't feel no other way about it. Like, that's all I could do at the time. So no, I don't regret it. Bowling was so fun. Bowling was so fun. Like, I have fun. Do I have a good defense attorney? No, I told y'all I'm going to represent myself. Why you don't think I should do that? We are original people of this land, and CPS and lawyers have to go by a penal code law. They are attached to their penal code law. So if you know the penal code law, you can't. There's nothing else that can go around to do that. And I'm smart, so when CPS went to go take Matthew and put him in Cooper, what I do? I went to the actual police station and told the sergeant, y'all don't want to go against my rights. I'ma sue y'all. Shortly after that, I got Matthew back. Shortly after that, I got Matthew. So Cooper had to go to court to get him. He, not just from no CPS worker, not just from no police, baby. I did that. So I definitely got raped.
What's wrong with you?
Here, get on the floor, girl. What time is it? Okay.
Come crawling over here. I see you.
CPS workers have penal codes. CPS lawyers have penal codes. And then the best thing about it is, when they petition the court or whatever, and they serve me, they're going to have to knock on my door and serve me the paperwork. Of course, I'm going to take it. Of course, I'm going to, like, literally, I'm going to tell you what I can do. Because I'm not going to petition the court, I can literally be gone. I could be at the store. I could be whatever. If they don't give me that paperwork in my hand, it does not count. But I'm going to be here. I want them to give it to me in my hand. I want to accept it quick. And then after that, they remove the kids. And then I get to see exactly what they're charging me with. If they're going to go off of any video, even if they wanted to say the video with Patrick struck the lighter to try to not have Matthew pull his penis out on live, was I there? Yes. Was I in the camera when he did that? No. I walked away from it. Was my child burned? No, he was not. You get what I'm saying? The same thing with, that's not the video that I'm saying they're using. I'm just saying for an example. The same thing with Samaya. You get what I'm saying? It's not, they can't say that it's abuse when there's no marks on her. Not one. When there's CPS cases where kids get actually all types of marks. So the yelling is gonna be bad when you getting a whooping. The yelling is gonna be bad if you're getting a whooping. But when it's called a beating, do you know when somebody get beat, they get bruises? So you cannot put it under a beating if there's no bruises. That's number one. Number two, she testified. My daughter went to Kids Talk. So they're not, I get to see exactly what I don't even know what the kids said. But I'm pretty sure my kids didn't say that I abused them, because I never did. So I'm not worried about that. So moreover, we're working on not physical abuse. We're working on what they could say, mental, verbal abuse. Mental, verbal abuse sound like classes to me. Mental, verbal abuse sound like she needs some counseling. It sounds like she needs some resources. It don't sound like my parental rights getting taken away from me. So I'm not worried about that, because I have never abused my kids. Never. Not physically. And I don't think I mentally abused their ass either. That's why I said, oh, you want to hit me with a verbal abuse? That's why I intentionally go on live, and when I'm at the store, and I intentionally go on live when they at the motherfucking bowling alley, so they can see how these kids are acting. I can have every type of parenting classes in the fucking world. That's never going to change the kids' behavior if the kids is acting out from mental diagnosis. You get what I'm saying? So after all of that, it come to find out that my kids testify that one of the children in the household is causing trauma to them over their mom, that tells me that there's resources for that. Yes, so they have had, since the case, Jeremiah have had mental diagnosis with his, he had a psych evaluation, and he had a diagnosis with his primary care doctor, his pediatrician, since the case. So that doesn't say, and then y'all see how they act at school. That's what I'm saying. I attempt just to get offline. For what? I want y'all to see how these kids act in public. And you hear me saying stop. I said stop. I said stop. But what about before? Do you have, and then I was dealing with postpartum. And I said it on live 1,000 times. And then I have newborn. So all of that stuff works in my favor. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, there is an illness that my son was diagnosed since this case. And then my daughter turned around and told them that her brother is one of the reason why she wanted to off herself. So, yeah. So I took it upon myself to figure out some stuff that I can get. He's definitely to blame when he's acting out. Well, I wouldn't say he's to blame, but I would say he's to blame of the reason why the house is with his sister acting the way she wanted, that she acted. And I didn't want to diagnose him. They wanted him to have a diagnosis 2 years ago, and I didn't want to label him as mentally ill. So I had to swallow the bullet and do it. I had to swallow the bullet and do it anyway. As I'm saying, that is it all Jeremiah's fault? No, it's not his fault. But not having a diagnosis, when not having a diagnosis, like, it definitely affects the household, No, they actually wasn't behaved at my grandma's house. Yeah, they definitely was not behaved at my grandma's house. It's a diagnosis. No, they was not well behaved at my grandma's house. It's actually, I have live videos that I actually screen recorded of my grandma getting in their ass. Of Jeremiah having outbursts saying, I don't want to be here. All that shit out loud. All of that at my grandma's house. So, what? Did this start from Bigo? No. They been wanting him to, I didn't want to, like I said, I'm pro-black, so I didn't really want to, label my son, because I feel like as soon as they act up in school, that's the first thing they want to do. They want to turn around and put them on Adderalls and shit. They want to label them with ADHD, and I didn't want that for my son. But then when my daughter started saying what she was saying, nobody could watch him and all types of shit, like, that affects me. That affects me going through postpartum. How can I deal with a child with the ADHD diagnosis and a freaking schizophrenic diagnosis and going through postpartum myself? It was a whirlwind. It was a whirlwind. Like, I didn't know how to deal with the situation, and I still don't. That's why I said I reached out to some organizations to try to help me, whoever gonna have him, deal with him and his diagnosis. Like, so yeah. Alrighty, I told y'all that I started him in this program too. It's called Boys to Men. Have I ever had him checked for autism? Yeah. I had him checked for autism when he was about 2. And they told me he didn't have autism because he gave him eye contact and he understood exactly what the doctor was asking him. So yeah, he being tested for that. Does he get good grades? The school reached out to me 2 years ago for the last 2 years consecutively and told me that they wanted to get him some extra classes. I guess IEP, call it extra classes, IEP 504, whatever you want to call it. And I told them no. Because I didn't really understand the IEP. I thought that with having him an IEP that would track him, that means he won't be able to. I didn't want to label him. I didn't want to label him. I didn't want him to be one of those kids that have to get pulled from their classroom and all of that. And then they told me, like, now, like, the more research I'm doing on it, they said that technically they don't have to really pull him from his classroom. They can have somebody come in there with him instead of pulling from his classroom. I was getting a check. I was trying to get a check. If I was trying to get a check, I would have been had my son on medication 2 years ago and been had him an IEP. It was never. I prayed about it. I said, I'm not about to get my son on IEP. I'm not about to do all of that shit. And then now he's really having a lot of outbursts. So yeah. Yeah, I agree with the IEP now because I feel like they explained it more. I did my own research on it. I asked them, will it help them? Well, like, if he go to high school? Well, the only thing I don't like about the IEP, and I still don't like about the IEP, is the IEP follows him. Now, they can lie. That's what they lied about. They lied and said the IEP don't follow him. The IEP does follow him. You know, and I didn't want him to, like, I feel like, can he get out of the IEP? That's my whole thing. If it follow him, can he get out of it? Like, what if he do better? What if I have enough money to put him in tutoring? Or what if, with these extracurricular activities, he won't need to be on there? I don't want him going to high school with no IEP. I want him to graduate regularly because I feel like he can do that. He could do that. He is regular. Fuck. He is regular, bitch. Fuck you.
Hey, AngelicSoul, how are you?
I'm good.
All right, really quick. I don't know if you remember me. I sent you an inbox about my cousin from there as well. But I came in your box before because I told you I worked at a behavior school. And I get what you're saying about IEP. It does follow you, but that doesn't mean that it's going to single him out. He will have classes. It's just the individualized education plan that fits for him at his pace. It doesn't single him out. It don't put him in the spotlight. It's for his benefit. It's for his benefits. So I get where you going with it and why you upset or worried, but it's not. It's not like they're gonna sit him in a corner, and single him out as being,
I mean, because I'm a 90,
special.
and when they
I
they
get
didn't
it.
say IEP then, they called them mental retarded. And they had them run,
Right.
buses and shit.
Times have
And
changed. Times has changed, and we have to think more positively. Be more active. Like I said with them, one thing is for sure. I work in a behavior school with kids from 5 years old to 21 years old. And there's no security. You have to be consistent every day. You have boys, they're very active, they're very busy. You have to try to find something. I already inboxed you about that,
Well,
but you have to put them into something that's
I
disciplined.
in today. It's called because I was looking up the program that y'all told me about when y'all was saying 100 Black Men. They didn't have it here, so it's another company
Hmm.
called Boys to Men Youth Mentoring Service.
Right,
They have a career day coming up. They're gonna be around firefighters and shit like that. So I
right.
did get him in that day.
That's good. Besides that, look up mentors. It's a lot of
It's a
mentors
mentor.
in the area.
Yeah, it's a
Right,
mentoring program for just for boys. So
right. But you have to, it has to be consistent. And I know it's hard. And,
they got all the way out to
I
Southfield, and
personally,
it was like, well, can you drive to Southfield? I said I would drive to Canton. Anything that I need to do to show that I love my kids and that I'm here for them. I don't give a fuck how far it is. Another state is different, but if it's Canton, Michigan, I'll drive that far. It's like a 45 drive, but shit.
can I just finish giving you some advice without you cutting me off? I know this your panel,
Oh, go
but
ahead.
I really want to like give you some good
I thought we
advice.
were having a conversation, but go ahead.
Right. So basically, it's just consistency, and I know it's hard. Like nobody would like shit. I had 2 children, and it was a struggle for me. So I do commend you for having 7, and you do the best that you can. I do see that. But I know this is your life and your reality show, as you say over and over again. But it's people that's after you. They see your blessing and they waiting for you. Like what we may see here, they take it and they take clips of it to make it look worse than what it is
Right.
when you already dealing with something. So you just have to be really, really careful and protect your energy, because everything that look good ain't good all the time. So people can, you know, alter shit and make it look a certain type of way.
And that's what I'm gonna
But
tell
far as your
you. No
kids,
skills can be altered, but go ahead.
far as your kids, you just need to be consistent. Like you said, they come in, you sit down with them. And I know it's hard, but you just have to keep doing it. And it may not go right the first 2, 3 days. You can't give up. If you take a minute, take a break. You know what I'm saying? Go breathe. Like I know you take your little breaks and stuff like that, but just take a minute. And no matter what it is, when they get at a heightened voice, like what we do in school, we're not a hands-on. We approach them with empathy, and we describe their behavior, and then we just keep doing it. It's repetitive. Just
Well,
keep
I
doing it. It's
need to do it.
praise, describe, and instruct.
I feel like I need training in that.
Yes.
Because I feel like it's really hard for me to keep my patients when they just acting crazy like that, and I just feel like I need training in that. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, let me give you a quick example. So say like if you tell them to do something and they're not doing it. So you try to find the good and the bad. They could be yelling and screaming or saying they're not going to do it. You approach them with empathy, like I understand that you tired, you don't want to do it. However, then you describe their behavior, because a lot of kids act out and they're not even aware what the hell they're doing. So you're doing an excellent job keeping your personal space. However, your instruction is X, Y, and Z to do your chores or whatever. And if they don't do that, you need to take things away. Give me them phones, give me them electronics,
And that's
lock
what
them in
I'm
your
saying. A
room.
lot of people come up here and say advice, but then when I do it on live, it's still not good enough. Like I'm trying to tell you, like yesterday when Jeremiah was acting up, and I said, no, your 20 minutes is going to be up. His 20 minutes is going to be over, and then it's going to be your time. And then he like, ah, I'm like, well, you don't get to scream and holler and act like that and think you're going to get your 20 minutes. And he's still acting like that. So at that
Right. Well,
point,
let them act like that. And that's when you in the
but
live and you let him continue acting
it's
like that.
hard for him to act like that when he's punching and knocking over tables and shit, like, or going
I get it.
downstairs.
So this is another thing. He's punching and knocking over tables, right? So you let him know you're messing up. This is where you live at. So the shit that you're messing up here, you don't get nothing. All that stuff, what you do, the money that you make, however you get your money, you work hard for it. It's earned. Nothing in life is going to come free. It's earned. So if you fuck up your shit, you don't have shit when everybody else get the rest of their shit. You don't have it because you messed it up. Then when he starts seeing that his siblings and stuff getting it, and it's not your job as a parent is to provide shelter, education, clean clothes. You don't have to buy them name brand stuff. You could feed him and everything. I'm not saying mistreat him, make sure he eating everything, but he don't have to have the finer things in life because you're not taking care of it. So I'm not going to waste my money with something and I know you're not going to take care of. Even like with the baby playpens and stuff, them kids too big to be in that playpen. You work hard. You say you bust your ass. We see it. and your supporters support you. And after a while, they gonna get frustrated with it because it looks like you're not doing. Get off of that. You're big. You're a big boy. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. And all them kids in that house
Okay, y'all
are
got
old enough to do
go out.
some type of chore.
I'm about to go to court.
Whether
Go
it's to
out.
put the dishes up, dry them up,
I
clean the
record.
tub, it need to be like a calendar, a chore. Y'all got it. If y'all don't do y'all chores, but you have to get them an incentive. It don't have to be much because you got 7 kids. So
Right.
Samaya might want to go out with her friends to the movie or something. If you don't do your chores, this is the calendar right here. If your chores not done, don't come ask me for nothing because you already know what the deal is.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to get offline and do it because when I do it online, like when I apply those parenting things, like y'all say, well, you're not gonna get the toy if you're done, and then people on the line be like, you're abusing him. He should be able to get the toys. You gonna send him downstairs for an hour? You don't think that's excessive? Go ahead. And so I'm like, what? I thought I was doing a good job. What are you talking about? They like, no, I don't think that's fair. You should do it this way and you should do it that way. And so like I get confused sometimes. Like, okay, so if I'm doing it wrong, go ahead and just have it. Fuck it.
I'm gonna tell you like this. When you was at your grandma's house, your grandma don't play. Let me just say that. And we
Yeah.
need more grandmas like that. I didn't see your grandma yell at them kids. I didn't see her put her hands on them or nothing. But I guess because
She
you're
did though.
overwhelmed and
She
you
did.
doing well, she didn't do it online, so I don't know.
Yeah,
So
she.
I can't just make assumption. But let me just say this. Them kids was doing what they were supposed to do. And kids are smart because they know who they could get over on.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you what you tell them to do something, but then you get back on live or do something else and forget it. I think you so used to it, you tone them out because you got 7 kids and it's okay. But you have to stick with it. You have to be consistent. I didn't forget, like the other day, I think you told Isaiah or Hezekiah to stay on the couch. Soon as you turn back on the line, he got right up and went in the bathroom and hit somebody else. You got to be like damn Superman. You got to sit your behind back down. I said sit down. You not do. You got to be on them because if you just allow them to do it, they know who they can get over on. So you just have to be consistent, and it's not going to happen overnight. But the more you sit, then it'll become habit.
Okay, I gotta go,
So I'm
guys.
rooting for you,
I gotta
sis. And
go,
you can end.
and I'm gonna follow you, Luscious.
All right.
But I gotta go. I gotta go to court, you guys. Bye bye. I'll be back later.
All right.